I
St. Patty's Day. Welcome to Never Normal Season 2. Happy St. Patty's Day.
I missed you, Renee.
I missed you too. I love you so much.
I love you
How's
so much.
life?
How long has it been since we were Never Normal? 2 weeks?
Maybe 3 weeks. I don't know.
It
That's
seems
not
like 20
normal for us.
years.
Seems like 20. Look at my glasses. We wore these the other day. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us. So welcome to season 2 of Never Normal. So I thought, Jackie, I love you so much. I
That's
thought
our
we would
game
start
time.
off this season because people ask us, what the hell is our show actually about? So I thought it would be advantageous if we let our viewers know what our vision is of Never Normal. Do you want to hit them with some truth? Give them a truth
Yes.
bomb?
Never. Well, when the pandemic first started, everybody was like, I can't wait for it to go back to normal. And I was like, beep, normal? We're never normal. Right? And why are you and I, and also synchronistically, the universe keeps thrusting us together. Like we met filming our Showtime special. I remember exactly meeting you. And then you filmed your hour a week before I did. And then I harassed you constantly about what to expect. And then you moved here. And then we're like, let's do a show together because we realized we had so much in common, especially So I realized we had so much in common: PTSD, sober, queer.
We're
PTSD
scary and damaged, which is why we became comics. Why most of us become comics.
Exactly. And we've healed ourselves where the damage is. It's all healed beautifully because we've done so much work. So we're like magic, both of us
We're
together.
magic.
We're magic.
One of my favorite quotes from any comic in the entire world is, do you know who Monique Marvez is? I love her. She said that laughter is what prevents our pain from scarring. And that's really why I became a comic. And I think most of us comedians have really serious lives, And so the reason why I was so excited to hop on board with doing this Never Normal with Jackie Monahan specifically is because, we did have so much in common. And also being a sober comic and feeling like I had some conversations where people thought my life is just, I don't have as much freedom or I don't have as much fun. And I'm thinking, my God, who is one of the most fun people I know in the entire world that is sober? Jackie Monahan. It's time the world knows how much fun we're actually having that
I have way more fun sober than I did.
Way more fun.
Because I can be even crazier. Because before I would be crazy, but I'd be like, oh, I don't want everybody to know I've been drinking. So I reel it back. But I'm just like, this is me. And I don't have to worry like I'm sober. But guess what Renee made me? This is a true friend. Her bra into a mask.
That's a true story. At the beginning of the pandemic, you guys, that literally is my bra. Look at that. Look how small it is.
And she
Can we
made
just
it
talk about the
into a
fact
mask.
that I'm 40 and still waiting to hit puberty. That's true. So, Jackie, I just want you to know that what you just put over your face, I put over my breast at some point in my
Perfect.
life. You're welcome.
You're welcome, everybody. Just was on her breast.
But the elasticity in it is wonderful because it was like a really hip sports bra, and I turned it into a face mask at the beginning of this pandemic.
Saved my life. Her breast saved my life.
That's our message. Season 2 messaging.
Breasts can save your life.
Breasts can save your life. So, I got an email the other day asking us what was going to make season 2 different. So let's answer that question. What is going to make season 2 different? For those of you, for all 6 of you who came to Never Normal last year, thank you for showing up intentionally.
We love you.
So this
season, the OGs.
Yeah, OGs are here. Oh, and please feel free, guys, chat with us in the comments area. We launched the StreamYard platform last year and we didn't know what we were doing because I'm completely technologically illiterate, but now I know how to respond to comments. So please feel free to comment and we will talk to you. So this year we're going to do, or this season, we're going to do we're going to introduce some segments. We're also going to talk because we're kind of The View meets Super Soul Sunday meets Russell Brand's blog meets Dr. Phil. I don't know what the hell we are, but
we are everything wrapped together and perfect. We're the way better Joe Rogan, the female Joe Rogan that is liberal and
Kinley. Yay, let's give it up for Kinley Smith, a brilliant, brilliant actress and my talent manager. I adore you. Thank you for being here and supporting us. Kinley, what do you think about the specs? Do you like them? Dun, dun, dun.
everybody needs a bra mask.
Bra mask. I should start marketing these, just making bra masks. Do you think I would sell them if I actually was like, these were once against my breasts?
Are you kidding? You would make so much money.
I didn't even think. Oh my gosh, I'm such an idiot to continue to objectify myself as a woman in order to sell things. What was I thinking?
You're not an idiot.
What was I thinking?
You're not an idiot, but let's get on it. My other friend put her money where her mouth is, and now she has COVID. So you're doing way better.
Oh, damn. Ba-dum-ching. Bam.
You're doing way better.
So we thought we would ask, since people were wondering why we call the show Never Normal, that we would add a segment where we interviewed somebody in our lives, somebody we've worked with, for their definition of never normal. So Jackie, how do you feel about introducing your newest conversation with...
Yes. So normal is a different, everybody has a different definition of it. And here I am interviewing Lisa Haas on her definition of normal.
Enjoy. We'll see you in a few, guys.
Didn't work, huh? Hi, Lisa. Welcome to Never Normal.
Thank you so much. This is my first time being at Never Normal.
Well, welcome, and it won't be your last. So, Lisa, we came up with the name of the show because everybody was saying we couldn't wait for the world to go back to normal. And I was like, I've never been normal, and I want to go back to a more beautiful world than going back. Like, let's move forward. So I was thinking about like all the different things that normal means to me. What does for me, normal means conforming, average. And so I feel like I've never been normal. And so how do you feel about that for you?
So, I mean, sometimes, I guess when I say, like, sometimes okay, so I teach a speech class, right? And this has happened on several occasions. On the first day of the class, students come in who are like 18 or 19 years old, and a lot of people are really afraid of to speak in front of an audience, you know, and they come in and I'm getting ready for class. I'm like, welcome, you know, we'll start when everybody gets here. And on two different occasions, two different women said to me, they were like, I'm so glad you're normal. So I guess normal means to me is that, like, I'm not going to be abusive. I'm not going to, you know, be, you know, act out or be abusive or have bad social behavior. I mean, normal means many things, but that's one thing it means to me, is that I'm not going to be...
Right, you're not narcissistic. You're not a sociopath. You're not...
Correct.
For you, normal means not a sociopath.
That's correct.
Right. For me, normal... So, yeah, like, did you ever see the movie Frances?
Yes, a very long time ago.
About Frances Farmer. And they're trying to get her to be normal. She was like, I don't want to be dull, average, normal. For me, normal is somebody who just doesn't want to stand out from the crowd, wants to be like everybody else. But so you're saying normal, well, for this woman, normal means down to earth.
Correct.
And that kind of normal is fine for me. There are ways that normal is good. So I guess what we've come from this is that normal is different for all different people.
Yeah.
What normal is.
Maybe down to earth with a little flair.
Right. For me, I want everybody to be themselves fully. Like, to find their voice and to trust it with all they have. And have them be themselves. So yeah, it's so interesting. It's interesting two words that like everybody has like a different thought of humility as to what it really is. Because humility is beautiful, but because of the word humiliation, people are afraid of that word. But humility is not thinking you're better than anybody and not thinking you're worse than anybody. And that's the most beautiful quality anybody could have is humility, is to be humble. And for me, in my opinion, and normal to me, everybody has different thoughts on what normal is. And, you know, when you were there too, oh, maybe you weren't, at South by Southwest, they had, they were like, keep Austin weird. And I was like, I think people who are outside of Austin are weird in Texas, or not everybody, but people that want to be just like everybody else. To me, that's weird. I don't understand that. I want to be myself fully. So anything else to add to the word normal?
Well, I mean, I think you're so right. It means different things to different people. And I do remember being a kid and having my mom scream at me, "Why can't you be normal like all the other little girls?" That I do not approve of that. I don't approve of that, because that was like suppressing like who I was as a person. I was definitely suppressing. So that was not a compliment. Whereas the student was complimenting me when she said, "Oh my God, thank God you're normal."
Yeah, so the word normal. Yeah. So your mother was yelling at you, "Why can't you be normal?" And then this woman saying, "Thank God you're normal." You're like, "See, I am normal."
See, I am.
Yeah. And you are, that's true. You are normal. You're yourself.
Yeah, I feel most of the time very comfortable just being myself.
At which you are an amazing person. And everybody can watch the beautiful Lisa Haas in what's that show on HBO?
Search Party. I'm in the first 2 episodes of the 3rd season of Search Party.
And there's naked women.
A whodunit, kind of a whodunit soap opera. Like it'll like you'll get hooked if you watch it.
It's so good, and Lisa steals the scene, and there's like scantily clad women in it. It's unbelievable. But Lisa is so likable and lovable, and I'm glad you're you fully, Lisa. And you could also see Lisa in Wild Nights with Emily, The Foxy Americans, Codependent Lesbian, Space Alien, Seek Same, and I guess you could take her speech class if you're 18 and you want a normal teacher. All right, thank you, Lisa. I love you. Everybody can find you on Lisa, wait, can you name your socials?
I'm at Lisa Haas actor. I think that's I'm sorry, I have it all. What are my socials? Oh my God, what is it? It's I can't even remember because I don't look
Hey
at my
Haas. I think it's Hey Haas.
Lisa Haas actor, at Lisa Haas actor on Instagram.
Okay, I love you, Lisa. Thank you for being on Never Normal.
Well, Jackie, I love you too, and thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Jackie, thank you, Lisa. You guys, how awesome was that? That is an adult interpretation of Never Normal. You know what I don't think is normal? This freaking outfit I have on. This is what I've been wearing for a year, everybody. This is what I've been wearing. Face mask and a face shield. How many people think this looks normal? You know what I don't think is normal?
The face shield. Have you ever tried to drive a convertible with the face shield on?
No, I've never tried to drive a convertible.
I was dying laughing. Like, it was not good. I had to take it out.
That's super funny.
I picked up my friend from the airport, and she was on the plane. So I wanted the top down on my face shield.
That is hilarious.
But then
you know what's cool is I just picked my nose and it didn't look inappropriate live on air because you couldn't even tell because I have a face mask on.
Renee,
but this is what I wear like 8 hours a day when I am managing my Starbucks because I have a survival job. In fact, Starbucks is sponsoring this episode of Never Normal. At the end of the show, we are going to do a segment where we turn Jackie into a Mad Lib. And the best answers will win a $25 gift certificate to Starbucks. But I wear this 8 hours a day, you guys, and I just feel like I'm consuming way too much carbon dioxide. It belongs in the trees.
I can't believe it. Your peripheral vision must have sharpened, though.
Dude, do you
Did
know how
it
much
sharpen?
I eat shit in one shift? Sharpened. I don't know if it's sharpened. Oh, I take my face mask off at the end of my shift like I take a bra off. You know what I mean?
All right. Talk about bras again. And
Let's talk
when
about
Kim Lee
bras.
Smith said you should sell these dirty.
I know. I love it. Maybe so I can start wait, is that your suggestion so I can quit Starbucks, Kim Lee?
So Barbara
What's up?
Eisen said, "Hi Lisa, I thought that was you. I worked with you on the music video picnic scene for
How cool. A few years ago. I love it.
Speaking
Thank
of
you guys for
coffee,
being here.
Lisa used to be a coffee addict, but now she's down to 2 coffees. And she was one time performing, and on the way there, she was like, I need to stop and get a latte. And everybody was like, we don't have time. And she was like, I'm not going to perform unless I have a latte.
Barbara's twin sister was my chiropractor in New Jersey.
No way. No way. What a small world.
Barbara, was it you? Were you my chiropractor in New Jersey? This is how we all come together. So next week, you guys, we will be doing the same segment with interviewing somebody for Never Normal, their definition of what Never Normal is, but it is going to be a child. We're going to alternate an adult perspective with a kid's perspective. So don't miss tuning in next week when I interview Ari, the little boy I used to nanny for in New York City, with his interpretation of that very question we just asked Lisa.
Yes, no, I'm a stylist, Barbara.
Oh, whoops. Wait, but your sister, right, Barbara? Your sister's a chiropractor. Am I crazy? Am I remembering correctly?
Barbara, are we styled okay?
Yeah, how do we look? I just messed up my hair because I put a face mask on. I couldn't do it for the whole thing, even though I'm in my room.
Sue was your chiropractor. Style us.
Wait, Sue's your sister, though, right? I'm not crazy. I'm trying to remember. I'm putting all the pieces together. Sue was your chiropractor. I still feel a lot better thanks to Sue.
Being in alignment with all that is and your spine.
Totally. Speaking of being in alignment, and I wanted to talk about today adulting, because that has been a challenge. I have had to deal with a lot of these things, chiropractors and doctor's appointments and doing all of this super annoying adulting stuff, which I don't think is never normal. And I feel like I learned how to adult much later in life than I was supposed to. So does anybody else?
April said we're both beautiful.
Oh, we should scroll that comment.
Yeah.
Why aren't you clicking that in there? Come on, Jackie Monahan.
Yeah.
Aw, thanks, guys.
Thank you, April. We love you.
And thank you for women empowering other women. You know, it's
yes.
not never
we
normal.
Empower each other all the time.
Yeah, I'm pointing around. That's the reason why I wanted to work with Jackie, because we're both stand-up comedians, we're both queer, we're both sober, and neither one of us have been threatened by the other person's career. Like,
and we're both actors. We're both
actors. And the craziest thing is we have the same reps and sometimes go out for the same audition. And it's like, what's yours is yours, what's mine is mine. Like, the universe will align whatever way needs to happen. You want to know the coolest thing that ever happened to me at an audition? Total worthwhile aside. So, like, I had this audition where I was like auditioning for like a running role, and I did not realize that I was supposed to have athletic shorts. I don't know how I missed it in the casting notice, but I was supposed to have shorts on. So I go to this audition and I have pants on because they're like actually filming us like running on a treadmill. They wanted to see like the gait of our run. And so I'm like, crap, I'm gonna have to skip this audition because they actually want to be able to like see my legs. And so I'm like in the waiting room and I'm sort of annoyed and bummed, and this girl, complete stranger, is like, I know this may sound a little bit weird. This was pre-coronavirus, but she's like, if you want to like go into the bathroom and like switch into my shorts, and you could just go in there and read and then come out and we'll switch pants again just so that you have shorts for the audition, like, I'm down. And I was like, oh my God, really? And I had this moment where I thought to myself, if I don't book this, I hope that girl does.
Absolutely.
Because like that was amazing karma. And sure enough, like 2 months later, I saw it during like a Super Bowl spot and she booked it. And I was like, see, the universe, like that was hers. That was hers.
I love that.
it taught me two things. Read the casting notices thoroughly, Renee. Like, you're an actor. You're a goddamn professional, Renee. Read the freaking notice. You know what I mean? So that was the universe being like, Renee, it's not your turn because you didn't read it thoroughly. And like that woman was like, if this other person books it with my shorts on, like, who does this? And it changed my perspective on how we can treat each other in this industry. Like, we can lift each other up and support each other. And
absolutely.
My branding management team are like models of this. I adore them.
I'm part of a Facebook. Oh, sorry. I'm part of a Facebook group that people read for each other. And I read for this woman needed someone to read with her. So I said, yes, can you read with me? And we ended up having going out for the same thing. And we both loved reading for each other. And after she wrote on the Facebook group, like, way to build each other up, like women, you know, and we became friends. It's really nice. Yeah, it's important. Yeah.
Yay. There is enough for everybody. You know, I went to this spiritual meditation retreat in Maui many years ago, and I was going through like my existential crisis where I had 782 survival jobs and I was like pursuing acting. And I went to this like entertainment meditation retreat in Maui, and there was this really amazing exercise where people were sort of sharing sort of competitive stories, and the energy was like getting a little wonky. And the shaman made us all sit back and take really deep breaths. And she said, I want every single person in this room to take the deepest, fullest, most diaphragmatic breath that they can. And so we all closed our eyes and we took this deep, deep, deep breath. And we took the biggest exhale, and she looked up at us and said, did anybody in that moment feel when they took their deepest breath that they were taking from anybody else in the room? And it changed my life. I'm like, that's really
beautiful.
That's really what this is about. Like, we all get to take our deepest, fullest, diaphragmatic breaths, and it doesn't take from anybody else. Like, the world is not this finite pie where we have to like grab our slice to make sure that somebody else doesn't get it. Like, right. We can support each other and lift each other up and celebrate each other. And it's like, oh my gosh, Kimlee, girl, we are aligned for each other. Holy crap. I just had an aha moment right now.
Yeah, it's so true that's the big thing right now. People think that to have a lot, you have to take from others, and that's not true. There's enough for everybody.
It's true. And I think there's also this concept of having any kind of public platform or wanting to speak have a voice like this where we're talking with an audience. There's been this perception that it's a very egoic profession that we're pursuing. And I think it's the opposite. This isn't about me getting my piece that's bigger than somebody else's. It's just sharing my experience. And in the hopes of me sharing my experience, it liberates other people to be like their playful selves too. And one of the things I love about us embarking on this never normal thing is, guys, all of a sudden everything was just virtual, and Jackie and I couldn't get on a stage. And if I've learned anything in my career is sometimes we show up first and the universe sort of unfolds for us and like gives us the answers. And I'm like, let's just get up there and play. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. We'll stumble, we'll fall, we'll do whatever. We can look at other people's art and be inspired by their stuff. And speaking of inspiration, Jackie, I have to interrupt ourselves because...
Wait, April Dawn Duncan, I like what she wrote. If I lift others up, they are successful. I am successful.
Yay!
Yay!
April Dawn Duncan, April Dawn Duncan, April Dawn Duncan. And sometimes when things get hard, you just have to play with that, right? And embrace it.
Get in the solution.
And then use it as a marketing ploy and have that shit go viral.
Yes. You can't solve a problem in the problem.
It's a true story. You cannot solve the problem in a problem. But if you have a problem like depression, you can make a TikTok about it and it can go viral.
Very true. Very true.
Like shanties, right?
Yes. Sea shanties.
Sea shanties? Wait, did we make a sea shanty?
Oh, I think we may have.
Did we? That was on TikTok?
We might have.
Maybe
do we have it to show everybody? Do you guys want to see our sea shanty? Are you first, Renee? We are Renee, Santos, and Jackie Monahan. We are never normal. We're 4 p.m. on Tuesday. We are Renee Santos and Jackie Monahan. We both are comedians with PTSD. I said we both are comedians with PTSD. You never know what we will do. You never know what we will say. Why? 'Cause we are comedians with PTSD. Comedians, you heard it right. Comedians with PTSD. We're never normal.
On Tuesday afternoon, you can see Jackie and I on Zoom.
It's really
Live too. But at 4 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon, we like to talk about never normal shit. 'Cause we are weird. I don't really know what I'm saying because I'm improvisationally writing a song in a park.
We have so much in common. We're sober and queer. We're both comedian and actors with PTSD. Guess what we don't have in common? I can't sing or play guitar.
I don't know why that kills me. So when we say that we just begin, this is what we do, you guys. We just go to a park and make videos about why we're not normal. If you also would like to make videos about why you guys are not normal and send them to us, we will screen them here live on our show. So send them in to my email address is Renee@reneesantos.com. You can't mess it up. I have 2 E's in my name. Don't send it to Renee with 1 E because that's a 52-year-old woman in Sarasota, Florida. She forwards shit to me all the time. She doesn't want the email. Jackie Monahan. So we have a few other things coming, but I thought before we
Kim Lee is laughing her ass off, and April said that was brilliant. Thank you.
Oh, I have to find a way to let the comments automatically scroll when we send a video.
I didn't know that was a possibility.
There is. Oh my God. I can't. Kim Lee almost went to the same retreat that I went to. I'm reading back through these comments. Holy crap. Thank you, April Dawn. We appreciate that.
Thank you, everybody.
And a few people gave us a couple dollar bills and we weren't even doing it for that. We're like, we tips. We'll take them. Shit.
We're like, green. Bring us the green.
Bring on the tips, people. Bring on the tips. So we are going to do a segment coming up where we Mad Lib Jackie's life. But we have a few other entries that are coming in. So I think this is a good time for a commercial break. And I thought the best commercial that I should send is an inappropriate commercial that I did many years ago where I played the mother to somebody who is clearly my peer. So enjoy, everybody. We'll be back after this commercial.
Mom, why not try these? All new flavors without high fructose corn syrup or partially hydrogenated oils.
No artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives.
And you can have more than just one.
Well, you obviously were pregnant when you were 4.
Yes, I was pregnant when I was 4. Hold on, let me just put my glasses on because I can't read this. Dude, my peripheral vision is so jacked up. So, April Dawn Duncan, here is the winner of...
April Dawn Duncan won the Starbucks?
Won the Starbucks thing. So we're...
April!
So I had everybody... I don't know if you guys saw the post on Instagram. I will say, from a procrastination perspective, everybody sent in their answers at 4:10 when the show started at 4, which is why I needed to implement a commercial break. So in the future, when we send you a post a week before, respond to that shit a week before. You know what I mean? So, Jackie, entertain the crowd, because I'm going to pull up these answers, and we are going to do Mad Libs for Jackie Monahan. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm feeling it in. I'm feeling it
I
in.
like that commercial. That was good. And Renee is in a movie that it was produced and written by Andrea Meyerson that was a scene in her actual life. And the short, Renee was in that short. And you can watch me right now on Hulu in Wild Nights with Emily.
With Molly Shannon, you guys, too.
Molly Shannon plays Emily Dickinson, and I play Molly Shannon. No, I play Molly Shannon's sister, Lavinia Dickinson, who found all the poetry. She found all the poetry and sold it. So it's very funny, and it's on Hulu. You can watch it at any time, and you get to see Molly Shannon. And guess what, you guys? You do want to meet your heroes, because you just have to have good heroes. That's the whole thing. And Molly Shannon is a great person in person and a great comedian. So yay, Molly Shannon. So that's a good movie. And Renee and I are on, we both have our specials on Amazon Prime. So, and they're also, so you can watch our specials on Amazon, and you can listen to them, our albums that we made with Uproar Comedy, unbeknownst to one another. And Renee was in New York at that time, and I was in LA, and now she's here, but we're virtual anyway. But here we are, synchronicity. And I love synchronicity. Somebody said something about synchronicity earlier, and synchronicity, I feel like, and we talked about being in alignment. I feel like being in alignment, you know you're in alignment when things keep happening that are synchronistic. So, like sea shanties, Renee has loved sea shanties since she was a little lass. And this year, for sea shanties to come out and be such a big thing, she's so thrilled. Oh, you're back.
I'm back. You can finish talking, though. Enough about you. Enough about me. What do you think about me? I'm just joking.
Wild Nights with Emily, Barbara.
Oh, Wild Nights with Emily. It's really good. It's really, really good. And Jackie is special and is an amazing actress, and I adore you. Okay, so I thought it would be really fun to do Mad Libs, because one of the reasons why I wanted to do Never Normal, it was one of these things when I did Mad Libs when I was a kid that my mother hated that I played with it because she thought it was ridiculous and it wasn't a good way to learn the English language, and there was all this stuff about like that's not the way to educate yourself and whatever. And I like, who knew what an adverb was? Like I was very, very clear of like what an adverb was. In fact, Mad Libs taught me how to memorize all prepositions by turning them into the Yankee Doodle song. Did you know that?
No.
I know all of my prepositions. Still to this day, when I'm trying to figure out if something is a preposition, you guys, I sing the Yankee Doodle song. Do you guys want to hear it?
Yes.
See if I still remember it.
It's like a lullaby.
This is my new shanty. Okay,
yeah.
Ready? Goes, with, on, for, after, at, behind, against, inside of, near, between, beside, from, under, down, below, through, over, up, according to, around, across, beyond, about, within, without, are prepositions, every one when followed by a noun. Dun, dun, dun. Prepositions, everybody, in the Yankee Doodle format.
Can you make that a TikTok?
Should I?
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. I should. Like, yeah, right? So This is why I love Mad Libs, because I love giving attention to parts of speech. So our winner, April Dawn Duncan, sent me in the list of adjectives, and I wrote a Mad Lib, Jackie Monahan's biography, and we are now going to read this out loud. Dramatic. Filling in April Dawn Duncan's adjectives. Jackie Monahan's biography, everybody. Today, Jackie Monahan's lucky face is known to thousands of television and comedy warp coils. all over the persnickety. Persnickety is an adjective, girl. That's not a noun. You were supposed to put a noun. You put persnickety.
Persnickety is a pretty good word.
As is often the case, it took years of really bizarre work for this teleporter actress comedian to become an overnight Blythe. After more than 10 years, after more than 10 years of contracting in the comedy's club scene, Jackie deft it big. You deft it big, girl.
You know it, Daft Punk.
As playing the sister of Molly Shannon in the notable film Wild Nights with Emily. This success led to an attention-grabbing role in the lightsaber Sundance comedy film Sonic Screwdriver Space Alien Seeks Same. Practically overnight, Jackie became a household geek in stand-up comedy and film. She won an Independent Tribble Award for the film she co-wrote with Madeline Olmec, The Foxy Merkins. In her first starring Hee-Haw?
I like Hee-Haw.
Hee-Haw, Codependent Space Alien Seeks Flea, which she co-wrote. She received critical acclaim and broke box office. You're supposed to put plural nouns. You put screwdriver again. You already did Sonic Screwdriver. How did you win?
She wants me to wear a tool belt.
More recently, she starred in the Rye virtual vlog hit with, there's supposed to be a person in the room. You left that one empty. There's no person in the room. Renee Santos, help with me.
Yeah, Renee's in the room.
Show. And in December of 2018, her stand-up comedy special, These Lips, began screening on lock. They all say she remains the same eye today as she's always deft. Use deft in Screwdriver.
She said she never used the word flea. I followed the list on the photo. I followed the list on the photo. I love everything you wrote, April, and you won.
You won anyway because you were the only one who sent it in succession. Everybody else sent it too late. So that is Jackie's biography, everybody. Next week we will do another Mad Lib, and I will prompt you guys again in the announcement of next week's show with the Mad Lib that we will be filling in and the parts of speech.
And
so
I love
let us know if you like that.
Yeah, teleporter is one of my favorite words. So synchronicity, April. Woo!
They were totally out of order. Girl, I just read them from the thing I got. Did you use the word fleet? That's what I read. So, note to all of us, maybe we should have a deadline. Maybe we should do it the day before, because I didn't get these until 4:10 and we were already in the show. But guys, this is the beautiful thing about Never Normal. What Never Normal is exploring how we can have a fun conversation live on the air with all of its messiness. And last week, Jackie farted and didn't mute her mic. Like, shit happens. You know
if you're gonna toot, you gotta mute.
That's what, if you're gonna toot, you gotta mute.
He's making that up. I don't even have a butthole.
Jackie doesn't even have a butthole.
Butterflies just come out of my mouth. Instead.
Jackie Monahan, before we close out our opening episode, what is your definition of Never Normal?
Whoa!
And adulting. Yeah. And your least favorite adulting thing.
My least favorite adulting thing. I mean, it's going to always be bureaucracy. I don't like bureaucracy. But as a wise shaman told me, filling out forms sometimes is how you can transform. So So when I have to fill out bureaucracy things, I had a therapist that was said it's not a muse for me, so it's extra painful for me because I love being creative. I feel so stifled having to fill out forms, but now that I feel I can do them with ease now because they transform. I make
I love that answer.
I make a parade out of it. I'm just kidding.
I love it.
What about you?
I think defining never normal and adulting seems to coincide for me because I feel like being somebody that is over the age of 30 years old, there's like all these rules of what I'm supposed to do, and I don't find any of that normal. So embracing the fact that I don't have a carbon footprint on the planet or any children or a spouse, to me, that's technically never normal, but I'm not conforming because I'm honoring my purpose. And my purpose is wearing these glasses and talking to my bestie at 4:00 on a Tuesday live on Facebook.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
My least favorite thing about adulting is making doctor's appointments or trying to call unemployment. Thank God I was able to go back to a survival job during this coronavirus thing because unemployment was awful. You know what I realized when I first got to Los Angeles and I was like, I'm going to have to sell my soul and like data producer or like data casting director to get my.
Why didn't we think of that?
Why didn't we think of that? But now during coronavirus, you know what my thought was? Like, I need to date a customer service representative at unemployment because I need an in because you can't get any of those motherfuckers on the phone.
Can I tell you something that happened to me when I did Wild Nights with Emily? When they picked me up at JFK, and there was a car service that picked me up at JFK and drove me to East Greenwich because that's where a lot of it is filmed. And I was going through like a depressing time. I was like about to get sober, and I was looking at all the giant houses, and I was just like, I messed up. I should have married rich. Like, what am I doing? And then in between my scenes, I stayed with somebody random in East Greenwich in their giant house, and I became like it was like the Real Housewives of East Greenwich, and like people were like pitting their children against each other, like it was a lot of craziness. And after that, I was just like, okay, universe, I get it. Like I'm supposed to be living my truth, and I want to encourage other people to live their truth. And ever since then, like I've just loved not being what everybody else thinks normal is. And now with everything that's going on, the American dream has changed. The American dream isn't having more than everybody else. It's not he who dies with the most toys wins. It's he who awakens, who wakes up to what's really good in life.
I love it.
And nobody wins. We're all beautiful.
We are all beautiful. And I think we all should stay weird. Like you were saying, keep Austin weird. I think weird is awesome. I used to, in honor of St. Patty's Day, we'll close out with this. I remember people telling me that you stick out like a sore thumb. And I thought it was stick out like a green thumb, which meant like you were really good at planting stuff. I mixed up the messaging. I used to always say, I stick out like a green thumb. I stick out like a green thumb. And then I had that moment in my life where I'm like, well, I kind of like the idea of being weird and unique. Like, why is that so bad when people say, God, you stick out like a sore thumb? Like, I don't want to conform. Conforming is awful. So, guys, stay weird. I have to add
one more thing. I found out weird came from magical. Oh. Weird is magical.
Weird is magical.
Weird is perfect.
Keep your magic.
Yes.
And only interact with people who bring out your magic, not your madness.
Yes.
Unless your madness is magical.
Yes. And we love everybody
for joining us. Join us next week right here, 4 p.m. live on my Facebook page for episode 2. And we'll keep you guys posted for our next segments. Look for some kid voices next week. It's going to be fun. Jackie Monahan, I adore you. Happy St. Patty's Day. Stay sober. Do the work. I love you.
I love you too.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for joining us.